All right, here we go. Carver and Cuthbert with you. Go Sports Radio coming at you, at least one of us today, live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island as we get you ready. Super Bowl 60 weekend, last night of the NHL before the Olympic break. Very, very busy NBA trade deadline today at 3 o'clock East. The Waste Management Phoenix Open rolling on right now out in the desert. So a lot happening here with you. Mike Carver from the home base today. As once again, we've entered the Sick Kid Club here on Go Sports Radio. And Paulie, of course, at the real home base, which is Borrelli's Taproom down in Long Beach. Hi, Paulie.
Good afternoon, Mike. Happy Thursday. Miss you here, pal, but it's great to see your wonderful face this Thursday afternoon to talk sports. Actually, it's Thursday morning. We're starting a little early today.
We did start a little earlier today, so 11:30 to 1 East, as opposed to the 12 to 1:30 like we usually do, and that's okay. Everybody's hanging out. We got a lot going on, as always, and I usually give like a little update. How does it look? What do we still got? Like beautiful day down in Long Beach, Paul. You're the boots on the ground today, so you got to give me the update of how great it looks down there.
Yeah, it's looking good. Still got the crusty snow on the sides and everything, but
we got to get rid of that.
It's bright and sunny down here, and yeah, life is happening down here. Stores are opening, people walking the dogs, the usual stuff, man.
The usual stuff. So there you go.
Everybody's getting ready for the business, all that good. So Tommy's
everybody's
ready for the crew.
I was gonna have. It's unfortunate because I was gonna have my free Miller Lite with Tommy. If you go in, of course, to Borrelli's and mention the Carver and Cuthbert Go Sports Radio show, you get a free Miller Lite draft, and I was looking forward to that today. But little guy had other thoughts.
I'm sure the fridge is full over there, pal.
It is for later on, that's for sure. Now, look, we're going to get into all of Super Bowl 60. There's a lot to discuss there. Patriots and Seahawks were finally there, finally getting going. But, I want to go with this first because yesterday we did the hockey later in the show, and you were kind of curious as to, what's going on with Panarin? When is this going to happen? I guess this is you're going to hang around through the Olympic break. And then in typical fashion, like an hour after we got done, sure enough, boom, Panarin gone, LA Kings, as he will be there. And then he signs an extension there as well after the trade. The return, I guess you could call it, Paulie, lukewarm. I guess is how you could call the return. Although, look, they get this, they get the kid back from LA. Liam Greentree is who's allegedly allegedly one of the Kings' better prospects. And of course, a conditional third round pick. So before I tell you what I think, Paulie, there you go. Panarin out the door, out to Los Angeles.
Yeah, hey, well, look, I'm happy for him. I think it's a great spot for him out in LA. I mean, he held all the cards, as we're all finding out right now. That's basically where he wanted to go. As a fan of the Rangers and with Drury, our GM, I guess we should be happy we got something back. Greentree looks good, man. He's a tall kid, feisty. He's put up some good points in the OHL, I believe, or the CHL. So I guess we just have to start getting used to this as Rangers fans. We're turning over a new leaf here, and we're getting younger. And I guess at this point right now, hopefully the only hope I can have as a Rangers fan is you might as well go all in right now. And I hope there's more trades and we get, let's just go completely young.
Got it.
Yeah, might as well. And look, I'll get behind these young kids. They're wearing the sweater, going to support them. But this is how it is. We're going to miss Bread. Look, he was a great Ranger, especially great in the regular seasons. He was no doubt a huge impact as far as getting the squad, into those deep playoff runs, maybe not so much productive on the offensive side once we got into the playoffs, but a big part of it is getting there. And that's half the battle, right, Mike? In any sport, you got to get there. And he lit the lamp for us tons of times. A lot of excitement, a lot of fun, a little bit of drama over the years too. Different haircuts and styles and everything else. But, 7 years is a pretty good run on the New York Rangers, and I wish him all the best. And I'll definitely be watching the Kings, and hopefully he helps them out a little bit, and hopefully they get in the playoffs, and and hopefully Artemi has a great run out there. Great pickup for the Kings in terms of where they're at right now, and on the other side of the Olympics, hopefully they get a good run here and get in, and hopefully we will get to watch them in the playoffs. And that's it. On the fan side of things, I mean, if you're looking on Rangers Twitter, as I call it, nobody's happy. And I guess, like I said, when you have big leads like this and you don't get the big return or the return you want, what are you going to do? But I think, unfortunately, like I said, Drury is just not a big favorite right now amongst the fan base. And this is just what we have to deal with.
Well, that's kind of what I was going to say to you. Like, I understand it. And listen, I'm all for treating the Rangers and Chris Drury as a piñata and whack. I am all for that. I believe me, I am not going to sit here and defend the Rangers from everybody trampling all over them the last 24 hours. But I will throw a little bit of cold water on it for everybody who's just piling. What an awful return! What, you got nothing back? And my Islander fan brethren, Paulie, they have also joined in. Like, we got more back for Brock Nelson. We got all that. You got to understand some things here. Every situation is different.
Mm-hmm.
This Panarin situation, because he had the almighty no movement clause, he held all of it. You said he held all the cards. Like, he was able to decide what he wanted to do and where he wanted to go. So when he tells him, I only want to go to LA, I mean, Seattle allegedly wanted him, and he was like, yeah, no thanks. LA was willing to give him another 2 years at $11 million, added on the back end. So between being LA, getting another 2 at 11, he went to the Rangers and said, yeah, that's the only team I'm going to go to. So,
Broadway to Hollywood, buddy. All good.
So, you can't shop around and get the best deal when the player holds the power with the dopey no movement clause that they give out to everybody. And, maybe they should. And I've said this before, teams should maybe stop giving those out because you do find yourself in situations like this. But look, I'm all for running over him, but I don't know what more you wanted the guy to do, to be quite honest with you. I don't know what more he could have done, honestly, with the situation that he was boxed into by Panarin and his people with this. So,
I'll say this, Mike, as an older Ranger fan at 56, growing up with the 70s teams and the 80s teams and the 90s and into the 2000s, I've seen a lot. This has happened before. Your favorite players get pushed in and pushed out. Teams go through roller coasters. Drury is definitely not one of the most hate. I mean, right now he's the currently hated GM, but we've had Muckler, we've had Esposito. We can run down the gambit here. I could tell stories and stuff, and it just is what it is. Again, I was 24 when the Rangers won the Stanley Cup, so I feel bad for the younger generation. But at the same time, the Rangers have actually had a lot of success, in those brackets of 7-8 years since
pockets of time.
Yeah, pockets of time, and a little, so. As a fan base, this is kind of only like me and you joke as far as like the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're not winning championships, but the Rangers as an organization really go out of their way to get players in here and to get into the playoffs quite often. And we've got a few, conference championships there, in addition to a couple of Stanley Cup final appearances. So, it just is what it is. And I'm beyond the point of yelling and screaming at the camera and throwing things and stuff, and me, buddy, since we obviously know each other and everything doing the show. I've been down on Drury and the Rangers since the Trouba deal. Yeah. So I'm totally evenly calm about this. And I'm looking at everything yesterday, and I'm telling you, I was looking at Green Tree stats and trying to learn about him. So I flipped it over to, instead of, good luck to Panarin. And I was like, let me check this kid out. Let me see some highlights. Let's see what he's got. And I tell you what, he looks like a guy, and maybe he's going to compliment Pearl and Lava and some of the other young kids that we got that we're trying to infuse here into the team. And that's it. Everybody settle in. It's not a retool. It's a real rebuild. And I hope Drury does. I think he's got to move a couple of the older guys here in Lafreniere and maybe and push these guys out and just totally give the team a fresh coat of paint.
Just scrap it down. What, just completely scrap it down. But yeah,
and we'll watch the Islanders go to the conference finals for once in a while.
Well, look, they had
outside of a quarantine appearance.
They've had two. Well, they had two back to back those two seasons there, and one of them was a quarantine appearance. They made it the next year as well. And then the Rangers were in the conference finals 2 years after. So we've had between the two of them 3 in the last 5 years, right? 3 in the last 6 years, whatever it is. So it's not like we've been completely abandoned of late playoff runs here amongst the locals, and maybe the Islanders can be the team this year. Well, they're going to have to be in the local area because the Rangers and Devils right now are not going to be carrying the flag for anybody.
Welcome to the spotlight, guys.
Right. And we will get into that later on as the Islanders do play the Devils this evening in their final game before the Olympic break. Speaking of the Olympic break, the U.S. Ladies, Paulie, in the hockey have started this morning. They're playing their first game, and I saw them come right out of the gate, boom, and put one in the net. So they are off and running.
Who's their opponent today, first game?
They are playing the Czechs, I believe.
All right.
And they are now up 3-0. Yeah.
The ladies go.
Now it's not the Czech. It's not Czechia, right, Paulie? It's not the Czech Republic. It's Czechia. Now what you have to call them. And did you
obviously they are not forechecking or back checking at this moment?
No. And did you see the other game the Canada game got wiped away on the ladies' side because the Finland women's hockey team, the game was postponed. A stomach virus depleting the roster. The coach basically came out this morning and was like, "Yeah, I don't have enough players to play." So you're gonna have to. You know what it made me think of at first? And look, here's the one thing I'm very happy about. They did not give Canada the win or postpone it. They're going to play this game next week. So great job. The Finns aren't going to get penalized for everybody getting sick. But the first thing I thought of when I saw that story this morning was in the Mighty Ducks when the one team got the measles and that allowed the Ducks to get into the playoffs because the Panthers the Jets got the measles. Somebody got the measles in the Mighty Ducks. The whole team had the measles. And then that allowed them to be the last playoff team in the Minnesota State Championship, but still somehow not play the number 1 seed until the final. I don't still understand how the seeding worked in that tournament for the Ducks when they got in after the team had the measles. But that was the first thing that's either here nor there.
Now, Mike, do you think, obviously this is the first round. if this had been later or like a elimination game I wonder how they would have handled that.
Very true. If this was a quarter or, because as you know, Paulie, they have all these events and they're all timed and they're all, everything is placed to make sure that they get it all done by 2 weeks from Sunday. They only got 2 weeks and they gotta pack it all in. So you're right.
You know what I'd say, Mike, right? You're out.
You're out. Get him out. Finished. You got no shot. So take them out. But look, good. At least they're going to get to play. It's a preliminary. It's a group stage game. They're going to get in there. But at the end of the day, as we said yesterday, it's going to be Canada and the United States.
Yes.
For the ladies.
Shocking if anything else.
And the United States women are off and running with a 3-0 lead in Milan.
We lost Mike there, ladies and gentlemen. So we're just going to wait. I'll tell you what, while Mike is getting his stuff together, I'm going to tell you what's going on here at Borrelli's. Okay. Mike will be back shortly. Just a little tech problem, which we go through here. So we are broadcasting live as we do every Wednesday and Thursday from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on Long Island here in New York. And starting tonight, first ever carnivore night here at Borrelli's. It's a $42.99 dinner, and you get a choice of veal chop, pork chop, or steak, and that comes with salad or dessert right here at Borrelli's. And that's going to be every Thursday night here, brand new carnivore night. So bring those choppers down here and dig in. It's a great deal amongst all the other great specials here at Borrelli's. Live music returns here Friday night with Logan Wally at 7 p.m. And then DJ Millie will close out the night here on Friday. Saturday, Evan Kariga is back here at 7 p.m. and then DJ Sims will close out the evening. Free admission all weekend long here at Borrelli's, as it always is, for the live music, unless it is a special event, which we will let you guys know. Super Bowl Sunday, obviously, here at Borrelli's. It's going to be a great day here. There's all kinds of pregame stuff going on, including live music and DJ. DJ Sims is going to be here at 12:30. And then Sean Jacoby and Ryan Scarano will be playing live music throughout the evening, in between quarters, halftime, and so on and so forth. So come on down here. And if you want to do any kind of catering here, call Borrelli's or go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com, and you can get your big old wings, anything you need for Super Bowl Sunday. So you can just do that right here as well. Comedy series returns to Borrelli's here on Tuesday, February 17th. Kat Timph is going to be here. And then on Wednesday, February 25th, and I do hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, and that's Pete Corial will be here as well. And you can go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com and search events and tickets, or you can go to Eventbrite.com, search Borrelli's Taproom or Borrelli's Comedy, and you can get tickets for that as well. All right, let me see if I can get Mike back up here and get him back here in the program. There he is. Timing's pretty good. Hey, Mike, welcome back, buddy. I was just telling everybody what's going on at Borrelli's.
Yeah, I heard you had a lot going on at Borrelli's, which is always good. Hey, big weekend, Super Bowl weekend down there at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. As everybody gets ready to go. I don't know where I was there, but I'm gonna just continue.
We were talking about the ladies hockey Olympics.
Yes, and how they're going to
over that.
Everybody.
We finished, finishing that. It's going to either be Canada or the U.S.
Yes,
be shocking if it's anybody else.
Smash job.
Continue.
And then you got right in with the Borrelli's read. Okay, let's get to it. Super Bowl 60, Patriots and the Seahawks. I mentioned to you yesterday that I really haven't felt the juice yet. I'm just haven't been there. I'm just not getting into it.
I told you my juice, though. I'm juiced now.
Yes, you're ready to go. Kubiak and all of that. You're ready to go for this game. And I really didn't. I was hoping that I watched some stuff last night. I checked in on some people that are out there. I was looking for some, like, anything cool that's happened. And the best that I got was everybody getting all gassed up, driving around in those driverless cars in San Francisco. That was like the big thing from.
That's it, huh?
Because it takes like an hour and a half to get from one place to the other with how everything is spread out there. So everyone's posting their videos of trying out the driverless cars. That's
exciting.
That's the excitement that's happening in Santa Clara and San Francisco and everywhere that they are for the game. Let's go for the game itself here, Paulie. Or do you want to do the silliness of it first? Would you like to do the silliness and then do the who you got?
Let's start with the silliness and then we'll wrap it up with the seriousness and the who you got there.
All right, so I'll give you the silliness. How about the Gatorade? You ready for the Gatorade?
Yes.
What color Gatorade is going to get dumped on the winning coach? This is always, as we like to say, Paulie, a tradition unlike any other. What color? Everybody loves betting on what color the Gatorade is going to be throughout it all. And right now, the favorite for you on the Gatorade, I'm giving you the up to the second odds. The orange at plus 225. The yellow / lime or green at plus 260. The blue at plus 260. The purple at plus 750. Red / pink at 11-1. And then water / clear at 11-1 as well. The Gatorade color, the most nonsense bet that you can make legally at the Super Bowl is right. Are we
making our picks here, or what? Are we going to do this?
This is who you got for the Gatorade. Give me the Gatorade.
Right. I'm gonna go clear water.
Wow, clear.
Yeah, the water. I'm taking a chance.
Pure water. You know, Gatorade would not be happy about that, Paulie. If
that is true.
You gotta put in who's getting, who's getting.
Let me ask you something. But is this a predetermined agreement that
now
a Gatorade cooler must be used to dump contents over the coach, or like in the excitement of a win, the players could accidentally just grab a regular cooler and dump water over him?
Very possible. Now, this is where I call this nonsense because I don't know how on the up and up the Gatorade color bet is. I really am not sure. Yellow,
I'm gonna have
green.
to change. I'm gonna have to change my pick then.
I can tell you this: in the last 10 plus years, and I only have the data that goes back that far. Yes, there's data on all of this stuff. No one has used the water / clear. No one. In fact, I feel like it should be 50 to 1 because no one ever uses the water / clear. It should be even bigger than that. Yellow, green last year, purple, purple, blue, blue, orange, blue, yellow, lime was so yellow.
I'm going to go with purple then. I'll take purple.
Purple. Now the purple was a Chief thing. The Chiefs were the ones who have used the purple.
Man, you keep giving me the information after I make my pick. I should just wait until I get all.
I'm trying to give you all of the information here. Now, we don't have the Rams. We don't have the Pats. When they last won in 19 at 53, they had blue. The Patriots when they won in the last time Belichick and Brady won. Well, they had the blue, but that's, Vrabel's there now. That could be completely different. They might have a different Gatorade color that they use. Either way, Paulie, it's nonsense.
Yeah, but it's a little harder than I would have thought.
I'm taking the red / pink at 11 to 1.
Red / pink.
Red / pink at 11 to 1.
All right, my final pick will now be orange.
Orange for you, which is one of the favorites, plus 225. For the orange, and that's okay. Wins are wins, whether they're favorites or they're long shots. But we have to have some fun with the Gatorade. Next, will this Charlie Puth, who you know that, am I saying his name right, Paulie? I don't know.
Yes, Charlie Puth. You're right.
Charlie Puth. Is he a country guy, Paulie? Give me a little.
No, he's a pretty popular pop star.
See, this is
mainstream. You
got to remember, I am not in the mix here. The only new artist I could probably tell you about in the last 10 years since I started having kids is the K-pop Demon Hunters and Taylor Swift. That she's not new, I understand that, but believe me, my Charlie Puth is not on the radar for me here over the last few years.
I'm sure your daughter knows who Charlie Puth is.
Maybe the song. You might be right. It's very possible. But either way, Paulie, 2 minutes for the national anthem for your boy Charlie. And the reports are, as I told you yesterday, going to jazz it up a little bit. Going to have the piano. Going to have all the stuff in there. What do we got? What do you got?
I will say under 2 minutes. So I have to give an exact time?
No, it's just over under 2 minutes. It's the number, the line is 2 minutes and a half.
Yeah, sounds like a lot going on, though.
2 minutes and 1 second is an over.
From the intel.
1 minute, 59 seconds is an under. So you're right on it's over under 2 minutes.
Yeah, what the hell? I'll stay with the under. It'll probably be really close, though.
Wow. And stay with the under. Under's been a hitter. Has been a winner for these national anthems. I am going to go with that this guy is going to try to take the stage and run with it for a long time. He's not going to want to get off of it. Over.
All right.
2 minutes for the national anthem coming up this week. Man, it's just the nonsense bets are just the best. Let's get into the game. Heads or tails, Paulie?
Tails.
Who's doing the halftime show? I don't even know. Oh, that's the bunny guy, right?
Bad Bunny.
What's his deal?
Not just a bunny, he's a bad bunny.
What's his story?
Incredibly popular and talented Latin singer.
Really?
Yes, performer, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm not in the mix. I don't know anything what's going on. I usually miss the halftime show.
Well, all you have to do is think J-Lo, Shakira.
Okay.
But a male version of that, yes.
All right. So there you go. Bad Bunny doing the halftime. I haven't liked the halftime show, Paulie, in a while. I need a little.
It's hard to make everybody happy with that.
I know. I would like them to go back. Can I get a little bit of rock and roll? A little bit at some point, maybe not. But I could. Remember those years? U2, Petty, Prince, Bruce. Like they had some really good halftime shows.
Well, as far as I know,
yes,
and I still believe it's true today. You do not get paid.
You don't.
So, whether or not he's the only guy who was asked to perform and throughout the years, I don't think, like how we talk about the CFP and the Kraken Lobster crew and all that stuff.
Yes.
We don't know who's involved in terms of choosing and or
offering.
If Bad Bunny was the 5th guy on the list. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because artists will decide whether or not they want to perform, especially if obviously you're getting massive exposure.
Huge.
But some crews, some people, some artists,
well, some people don't, like I'm just saying, like
don't
some
take
people,
that gig.
But some people also don't need massive.
Don't need the gig.
Like I don't
be in the middle of a tour.
Off the top of my head, and I don't think Taylor Swift's ever done it, right? I don't think Taylor Swift's done it. Maybe she has. I don't
remember.
But like that would be someone that I would say today, Paul, like, does she really need to do the Super Bowl halftime show? Probably.
I think she has done it. We'd have to Google it. But
I would have to. Well, good thing is that that's fast.
Well, I mean, maybe 15 years ago, or I think she's in her 30s or something like that. So depending on where her value is right now is totally different than it was, say 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. But I kind of laugh at the uproar. It's a halftime show. It's music.
That would be a no.
Like it, and if you don't like it, just
no.
Go eat. Go drink.
That's a no halftime show ever for Taylor Swift. She has never done the Super Bowl halftime show.
There you go.
And doesn't need to at this point.
And I think as far as NFL fans, we've gotten enough of Taylor Swift over the last couple of years.
Now that's another great point. And we don't even have to see her in the suite this year because no Chiefs, so we don't even have to get her at the game. Any of that stuff. But we do have the Seahawks and the Patriots here.
Now, is there a bet around the halftime performer as far as anything crazy, or are we just talking about this out of?
I was just giving you a little. There's a lot of entertainment. There's other things outside of the game with the Super Bowl. So that's why I was giving you just a little bit of.
No, that stuff is great. I get it. I just wasn't sure if you were leading to a bet.
I have not seen any. Now there are some offshore places that do have some halftime show prop bets.
I mean, Bad Bunny has been known to wear dresses. You could put something out there. Will he wear a dress during the performance or not?
Right.
Him and guys like Harry Styles. That's what they do.
Okay, so there's odds on the first song that he does.
Okay, there you go. All right.
I obviously don't know the song.
I don't know. I can't go there.
There's odds on the last song he does.
Yeah, I'm out.
So that's pretty much there's odds on the total number of songs that he squeezes into, and this is something with every year with the performers. They try to, they're not playing, Paulie, really the full versions of these songs. Like they're ripping through like really mini versions of
medleys. Yeah,
right. Like Kendrick Lamar had 10 songs he did in the halftime show last year. Usher did 12 the year before that. So. There is we did a Whoya Got on viewership last week. There is a prop over under 135 million viewing for the Super Bowl. Oh, that's halftime show viewership. Excuse me. Halftime show viewership with the over being the favorite at minus 142.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people who maybe not into Bad Bunny right off the bat would say, oh, nobody's going to watch this. But I got to tell you, his international and his Latin American flavor and domestic. The guy just won, I think, 5 or 6, 7 Grammys. So I think the halftime. I'm going to say this too, Mike, not to cut you off. There's a lot of people who complain about the halftime show.
Yes.
But watch it.
Oh, of course. Of course. See, I complain about it, but don't watch it. So I try to put myself in that category. And the last one I'll give you at the halftime, there's odds on who will be their special guests, like joining him on stage. Cardi B, minus 250. Ricky Martin, minus 210. J-Lo, minus 125. Mark Anthony, plus 175. Daddy Yankee, plus 190. Shakira, plus 340. Lots of different people that would join him on stage for it. You could bet on what kind of hat he has on. Straw hat, no hat, baseball hat, aviator hat, a beanie, a visor, a cowboy hat, a
nothing on a
hat,
dress. Nothing about a dress.
Football helmet. Haven't seen that. Super Bowl halftime bets too, if you are so inclined. All right, the game itself. Nothing's changed. Minus 4.5 for the Seahawks. 45.5 is the total. I'm on the Seahawks, Paulie. Now, I know that there's also probably a little bit of emotional attachment here. Of course, I don't want to see the Patriots win again. We went over that yesterday. But I believe the Seahawks are better than them. I really want a good game. And if it's a good game, the Patriots probably cover and it's a close, field goal game. I think the Seahawks win the game, though. I know I'm being a little flip-floppy here with the number 4.5. I honestly, Paulie, I don't know if I'm going to play it at 4.5. I think that I'm going to put some things during the weekend parlayed with the Seahawk money line so that I have already gotten a few of those things across the line, and I'll be rooting for the Seahawks to win the game. The total I am going to go after on the over 45.5 side. I think that we can get some points here. I know that both defenses have been very good coming down the stretch, and especially in the playoffs. I think that Darnold has played well, but I still think he's prone to mistakes. And I think that might be the avenue where New England hangs around in this game coming up on Sunday. So I'm taking the Seahawks to win. I'm staying away from the 4.5, especially makes me even more nervous that it hasn't budged an inch in a week. So that's another reason why I don't want to play it. And I'm going to go over 45.5 and hope that we get a nice, fun POINTS points in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yeah, good stuff there, Mike. I'm also going to take the Seahawks. I like them as well. I think Darnell, as far as Darnell's concerned, he's outdueled and outlasted a couple of pretty good quarterbacks here to get to the Super Bowl. And there's no disrespect to May, but I think on that side of it, and this Seahawks defense, which is going to come after May big time, I think in the end, like I said, will outright win the game. Yeah, I hope we get points too, right? Because majority of us aren't really that excited about this game, and we'd hate to have a low-scoring game. So hopefully there is a bit of back and forth, and hopefully there is a bit of stress put on the Seahawks. And actually wouldn't even mind seeing them go down maybe 2 scores or something and make them work and get there. But ultimately, and again, we were joking yesterday on the show too, for the Raiders connection that I'm looking for, trying to figure out which way to go here in terms of rooting. That's why I'm going to go with the Seahawks too. I have a ton of respect for Vrabel, May, the Patriots organization. If they do win this game, I won't sit here and be shocked or whatever. It doesn't burn me like it burns a lot of other fans too, as far as the Patriots winning. As a Giants fan, we take care of business. We've beaten the Patriots.
Yeah, so Giant fans don't care about the Patriots because they're 2-0 against them. They don't care about that. If there's one fan base in the NFL that doesn't care about the Patriots winning, it's the Giants. They can stomach the Patriots winning because they can always run around and say, yeah, well, the 2 times you played us, you didn't win. So I think that is a great thing to have as a Giant fan. And if I was a Giant fan, I'd be doing the same thing that you're doing right now. But there is a large portion of us that we do not want the Patriots to win again, especially so soon after Brady Belichick ending. Let me give you some of my favorite props.
You got to go.
We did all the nonsense stuff. Let me give you the stuff in the actual game that I like a lot. First of all, Seattle over 3.5 sacks in the game. This is at plus 133. New England's had a hard time with their offensive line in these playoffs. They gave up 5 sacks to the Chargers. They gave up 5 sacks to the Texans. They gave up 5 sacks to the Broncos. So they've given up 5 sacks in each of the 3 playoff games so far. They're facing another very good defense here with Seattle. Unfortunately for them, Campbell, the rookie's been a turnstile over there on the left side. I just think, once again, over 3.5, it's plus money bet at plus 133. I like the Seattle defense to get to May at least 4 times, Paulie, on Sunday. So that's one of
I like that one too, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Another fun one. And again, this is a Super Bowl. This might be the only game you bet all year. A lot of people are going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do in terms of betting. If you want, you got to have fun on the Super Bowl. You just do. There's got to be some fun stuff that you can sit there the whole game and root to happen. One of those is field goals, Paulie. And look, field goal, these guys blast it now. I mean, look at some of these field goals that we see this year. We've seen some of the longest field goals going. I am going to take over 50.5. That's 50.5 longest field goal in the game. So I need a 51-yarder or longer to cash this. Over the longest field goal, Myers for the Seahawks was 9 for 11 from 50-plus yards this season. Borrelli for the Patriots was 4 for 4 in the regular season. 0 for 1 in the playoffs, but the miss was in that Denver game with the snow and the wind and the nonsense. So I'm going to give him a pass there. Both guys can make it from 50 plus. These coaches now, you do see them going for it 50 plus a lot more. I'm going to go longest field goal over 50.5.
Good stuff there. Do we have a weather report for Sunday?
I actually, somebody did tell me that there could be some rain in the forecast in Santa Clara.
Okay.
Uh-oh, look out. Somebody's walking the dog a little too fast. I hear the sirens down there at Borrelli's. They're walking the dog a little too fast.
Working hard out here, yep.
They're working hard out there. Next, Drake May, 225 plus passing yards. This is plus money. I think his number is 215.5 for the actual number. I'm going to alt it up a little bit, 225.5. I think there's two ways we can get this, Paulie. First of all, I think that if the Patriots are in this game, and it's the kind of game that maybe I'm thinking, and both teams are scoring a little, he's going to get there throwing. And the other way is they might be down a lot in this game in the second half, and he's going to have to throw the ball a lot. So I like May to throw 225 plus yards passing in the game.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, no, it's just the scenarios themselves that you just brought up there. Could definitely get it to. And look, the guy's got a rocket for an arm too. He's got a couple of good receivers. He's flexible in the pocket. And yeah, if he's put in a situation, if Vrabel has to chuck the ball, he's a good guy to do it. And so, yeah, I think that's a good bet.
There you go. Next, also with the quarterbacks, both quarterbacks to throw, both teams, you never know who might come in the game, both teams to throw an interception at plus 180. Both teams to throw an interception. We're thinking it's Darnold and May, obviously, but you never know. A trick play, maybe somebody gets whatever it is. That leaves you, that doesn't have to be necessarily those two guys. But plus 180, both teams to throw an interception. Leaning on the defenses here again in this game.
I like that one too. I have a question. Who decides these bets?
Well, that's a great question.
Who's in the room, man?
So
who's in the room where it happens?
This has become such an enormous thing now, Paulie, as you know. I've been out in Vegas for some of these games, the week of the game, and you walk into the sports book, and this was even before things have gotten as big as they have now legally in all the states, like here in New York and everywhere else. And you'd go in and you get there's like a packet, and the packet, it's like thousands of bets all to the game for every player, for every quarter, for every situation, so at this point, Paulie, I think that they have the core 1,000 bets for the Super Bowl that they're going to roll out every single year. And you just kind of got to make some small adjustments, obviously, to the price, depending on who the teams are and what the situations are.
Well, I was just going to ask you there, if they sit there with a list and go, like I said, if it was the Rams against, say,
right,
the Broncos,
yeah,
those, depending on the players, the personnel, all this stuff can change. That's pretty cool.
Like if Stafford was in the game instead of Darnold, it's probably not plus 180. It's actually probably a little bit higher because they're going to say there's less chance of Stafford throwing an interception than there is Darnold. So the number changes, off of who's there. But for the most part, all of these props and all of these things that they do for the Super Bowl, they've become kind of stock things, and then they just remove the number or the price depending on who's going to be in the game. All right, what else do I got for you here? I like Kayshon Boutte of the Patriots, longest catch over 17.5. He's kind of been their home run hitter this year. So we're just looking. He can have one catch in the game. As long as it's 18 yards or more, that's going to cash for you. Either team to overcome a 7-point deficit and win. Seen a lot of comebacks in the NFL this year, right, Paulie? We've had a lot of games, teams coming from behind. That's plus 185 for that to happen. And if you think the Seahawks are going to win, Pats could go up 7-0 out of the gate and never score. There's a lot of ways to win that bet. Maybe the Pats get up, and Seattle comes back on. There's tons of things that you could do there. And the other one for me is Cooper Kupp, 40-plus receiving yards at plus 132. A lot of focus will be on, obviously, JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. But the Patriots have Christian Gonzalez, one of the best corners in the league. He's going to be on JSN a lot. I think it's going to open up maybe some things for Cooper Kupp in the middle of the field, etc., to get him to 40 yards. So some of my props, Paulie.
Those are excellent, man. They're all I liked every one of them. And
I hope that if half of them hit, I'll be happy. You can never get them all. You can never get all of them. But if we just get a good number of them and make it a winning day, that's all that we're That's what we're angling for and hoping.
Yeah, and you know what? If you know, like it does add a little bit of a. I mean, obviously, depending how much you're laying down, it's
Right. Well, yeah.
it's a fun part of the game to look out for that stuff. You come out on the losing side of it, you know, a little different. But I think, like I said, it's those are great spots. Those are great picks, great options to kind of, you know, sit back during a game that we've discussed maybe doesn't have any juice. You make your own juice. You make your own lemonade.
Yeah, you have to make your own at some point. That's just how it goes. And now we've lost even. Look at Paulie back. See,
Flipping. What's going on here?
wow, you flipped me.
I don't know why that happened.
You flipped me to the other side. Get you. Quick
All right,
change.
little variety for those, you know,
Quick
looking
change.
in either on the live.
I thought for a second I was gonna be. I was like the old days. I was gonna be by myself for a little while there. I thought I did. I'm so, you know. It
I'll have to. I'll email you over the Borrelli sheet just in case.
Give me the Borrelli sheet just in case, or I'll try to scroll back and just and go through the whole entire thing. All right, so there you go. Some props that I like. That's it. Anything else in the game you're looking forward to for the Seahawks and the Patriots? Anything else? Will you watch any of the 7-hour pregame show?
I'll have some of it on. I'll probably have it on in the background. You know, I mean, you gotta somehow turn Sunday in. You know, it's weird, man. Like I said, you know, in years past, you know, being a younger guy with less responsibilities, always loved to do that. And you know, just you'd go to Super Bowl parties, whether at somebody's house or, you know, firehouses and everything else. You know, you just be a part of a whole bunch of stuff and you know, going around getting and paying off your boxes and everything else. You know, it's usually a full day. It's really not a full day for me anymore, buddy. I'll be probably, you know, taking care of a couple of errands around the house or running out and stuff, and then just looking forward to making sure that, you know, we have some good food on tap and just settle in and just hope for a good game, which I think the majority of us really just want, especially with our squads not being in the game. Yeah,
I think everybody obviously wants, and you know, everybody always does say, "Oh, I just hope it's a good game."
Hey, Mike, is there a any spots possibly on overall viewership?
Well, look, that's not going to be something that we can legally bet on. That's not something that we could do, but I could probably find that for you fairly quickly.
Do you think there'll be a goalie fight during the game?
Do they wish that there was? Maybe that should be the halftime show. They should have a goalie fight. The game's on NBC, so they don't have.
Now, holy Mike, you're on to something there. You're on to something there. Gary Bettman can get a hockey game in between halves.
Well, he's obviously not with NBC anymore, and he was with NBC for a long time. Now they're with ESPN, ABC, and TNT. ABC, ESPN has the game next year. It's the first time in forever that ESPN, ABC has the Super Bowl. Gary should get to work now, since he said, "Look what I did for you with those Stadium Series ratings. You got to get me in as part of the halftime show. I'm going to send my two toughest."
I don't know out. I don't know if 2.1 million gets any favors, buddy. They don't need Gary. They don't need Gary. They'll just say, "Gary, thanks, but we don't need you, buddy."
All right, here it is. How many people will watch the big game? This is on Kalshi, which is the prediction market. So this is a little bit different from a sports book. This is on these prediction markets. The favorite, it looks like, is above 123. Oh, here we go. 127.7 million. 127.7 million is where they have the forecast right now is above that. So about 130.
That's worldwide?
Million. That is.
Or is that nationally?
That's his Nielsen rating. So I would think Nielsen is just national. Here, right? That's just national, just in the United States. They would have. But that is the numbers that they are giving you here. They say 97% above 115, 89% above 123, 64% above 127 million. So they're forecasting about 130 million.
And Mike, I'm sure you want to know how many people in Frankfurt, Germany, Munich, Milan, you know, Paris, France. How many people from Paris, France are going to be watching this game on Sunday?
Look, I mean, they're getting a game next year.
Yep.
They're getting the Saints are going to be
Saints, buddy.
Saints are the home team in France.
Marketing geniuses there,
They
huh?
really are. They really are. Jeez. It's amazing. It really is. So there you go. For
That's it. Super Bowl,
the
baby.
Super Bowl this week.
How super will it be?
I will say another thing, and I know that this is, look, this is kind of just coincidence sometimes. And as I mentioned, NBC has the Super Bowl this year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the games that have been on NBC in recent history have been they've been really good ones. I just want to go back and see just recently what games NBC has had for it. They had which game was that one? Which LVI? I forget which one that even was. Why would they not tell you, Paulie, who the actual game was? Rams and the Bengals. That was a good one, the Ram-Bengal game. That was the last time NBC had the Super Bowl. Rams-Bengals. Before that, they had Eagles-Patriots. That was a great game. Yep. One of my favorite Super Bowls ever. And then before that, they had Seahawks, the last Seahawks-Patriot game.
By the way, Tommy just said, hell yeah.
It was a great game. So NBC's actually, they had the Steelers and Cardinals, which was a great game, great finish. NBC has had some really good They haven't had a dud, NBC, in a long time. Now, does that mean they're due for one? You never know. They could be, but you get Tirico and Collinsworth for the game. And Tirico is going to go to Milan for the opening ceremonies, which are tomorrow for the Winter Olympics, because he's like their main host.
He's the Kenny Albert of the NFL, right?
Well, Kenny was doing the U.S. women this morning. He was already there. Kenny's ready to go. But, Tirico's in the old, you want to say the old Costas role, Paul? You know how Costas used to be the main. That's Tirico now. So he's going to be in Milan for the opening ceremonies tomorrow. Jet it back to San Francisco to call Super Bowl 60. And then right back on the jet, back to Milan to do the rest of the Winter Olympics for the next 2 weeks.
Collecting miles.
Collecting miles. And you know what else he's collecting, Paulie? Checks.
Yes.
He's collecting miles and he's collecting checks. So God bless him. Good
Not a bad gig.
Rico on all the places that he's going to be going. And speaking of the Winter Olympics, that'll transition me to this because I was looking up what's what. Tomorrow is the official start. Yes, we've had curling and hockey yesterday and today, but tomorrow is when it really gets going for you. More curling, alpine skiing. You get a little bit of the luge tomorrow as well. I told you yesterday how much I love the luge.
You do love the luge.
That's actually the training for the luge, and you get a few more hockey games. And then on which one is? Let me see here, Paulie. Let's see what they got for you on Saturday. Oh, what a day! Alpine skiing, freestyle skiing, luge. You've got curling, speed skating, the women's 300 meter, ski jumping, another bunch of crazy people jumping off with the ski jumping. And some people weren't happy. I got a lot of negative feedback, Paulie, from that yesterday with my take that
I did see that
the Winter Olympics is better than the Summer Olympics. And
I had no idea the amount of people that were going to be offended by yours and my also, favor of the Winter Olympics.
Got it the wrong way. And one gentleman who's I forget who it was, but he's a good listener. He watches us and a couple of my other shows as well. Said it's a bad take by you. The Summer Olympics, there's more countries involved. They're involved in more of the events. That's all fine and good. I understand that you don't have as many countries in the Winter Olympics. We can't have cool runnings in the Jamaican bobsled team all the time. I get all of that. I'm talking, Paulie, about I like the events more in the winter. I like the events. I like like I said, bobsled, curling. I like the luge. The ski jumping is nuts. Like there's just a lot more stuff that I find interesting that if it's on, I'm willing to tune into it for a little bit. I don't get grasped the same way with all the events in the summer. It's not as interesting to me. I like the winter sports. I don't care if the US, Canada, and the Scandinavian countries are the only ones who are good at it. I don't care about that. I don't care that Ireland isn't in the Winter Olympics. It is what it is, Paulie.
There's no Irish in the Winter Olympics.
I think they got a couple athletes. I think they got a speed skater in there or something.
It's cold up there in Galway,
does get cold in Galway. It does. But listen, there's plenty of countries involved in the Winter Olympics. I think the events are awesome. That's why I think that it's better. So,
Yeah, and I'm with you. Hey, look, and like to each their own, as we always say. But yeah, I've been a huge Winter Olympics fan over the years. I mean, speed skating. I mean, the legendary speed skaters, and and the equivalent of that is like the gold medals that Phelps won in the Summer Olympics. I mean, like I said, there's positive stuff on both sides of it. But yeah, I'm with you. As far as I believe, and again, it's just a matter of opinion. Some of the events, because of the aspect of the time of the year, the nature, the snow, the cold, and everything, it's very challenging, I think, to do a lot of the events in the Winter Olympics as opposed to what's going on in the Summer Olympics. Granted, long distance running, track, all that stuff.
Athletes. They're all great athletes.
Incredible athletes.
They're incredible athletes. But I fall asleep watching cross country running. I don't need to watch people run. I don't need to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if me and you are both watching cross country skiing, which is the equivalent of that.
Sure,
but I think what we're getting here is that me and you, there are more events in the Winter Olympics that will grab our attention, our interest, than opposed to what's going on in the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is very, very true, and that is why we are there. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio. Here on a Thursday, Paulie at, of course, Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island, getting ready for Super Bowl weekend. I am home with sick children, unfortunately, and that is the way that it goes sometimes.
It's that time of year, buddy.
It's that time of year. Maybe if we could get a day over 40 degrees and get rid of some of this damn snow, we'd be all right.
Not coming anytime soon, pal.
But that, I guess, isn't happening anytime soon. All right, let's take a break, Paulie, and we'll reset this, and we'll come back and get into the hockey because, Paulie, this is it. The NHL's done tonight for 3 weeks. We're not going to have any pucks, and the NBA trade deadline is about 2.5 hours away. Don't think anything's happening with the Knicks, but there's definitely been a lot of deals all over the place. A lot of teams changing some things up. So, quick break, come back. Do more for you here from Borrelli's Go Sports Radio, Carver and Cuthbert. We're back right after this.
All right.
Hey,
We're back.
and we're back. Go Sports
Everybody good,
Radio.
pal?
Carver and Cuthbert. Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island here on a Thursday, getting ready for Super Bowl weekend and more. All right. As I was saying, Paulie, I'm upset, man. I've really been enjoying the hockey recently. I've really been into it. Isles have been playing well. I've been doing well betting the hockey. I've been having a really good stretch here. I'm sad that this is it for like 3 weeks, that tonight's the last night that the NHL is in order. Last night, had some really good games last night. Battle of Alberta was awesome. Flames beat the Oilers 4-3. The Kraken beat the Kings. Kraken have really been playing well. Wild beat Nashville in a crazy game. How about Bones and the Jackets? I mean, they're one of the, you talk about 2 or 3 teams that don't want this break to happen. Bones and the Jackets, like 11 out of 12 since he's taken over.
7 in a row or something.
7 in a row, 11 out of 12, and they have been unbelievable. I saw Bones after the game last night. He's just like, guys are playing with confidence, right? He's such a good coach, and he instills so much in a young group. It's awesome to see. Now, look, I don't really starting to not love it as much because they're on the Islanders' tail now in the Metro with how well they've been playing. But what a story with Bones coming in there in Lumbus and turning things around.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Again, the backstory with him stepping away from the Jets and him and his wife going through some health issues. And now he looks just great. I mean, he's always just been such a great down-to-earth guy. He's come across to me that way as far as, public appearances, as a coach. I mean, he's been around for ages. I've known him since he was a player, I mean, as a young kid too, and to see his progression. Obviously he was with the Islanders there for a while too. But just a super guy and just happy for him, for him and his wife's health, and that I just think the NHL is a better league when Rick Bowness is in it. All the different stops that he's had along the way, they haven't all been, a lot of success, but he's had such an impact as far as helping turn teams around and doing the best he can with the assets that he's had on his squads to make it happen or to improve the team or successful. And, when you take, Winnipeg, as a franchise, its history, where Winnipeg stands, it's got just a little more, I guess, shine on it as an NHL franchise, and obviously it's ups and downs and it's, the relocations and everything else. So a more of established franchise as opposed to, Columbus, who has, coming in as a U.S. city there in Ohio, had brief moments of success, has had so many great players on the roster over the years, Panarin being one of them too, and just not really getting there. I mean, probably one of the most famous appearances in the playoffs is when Torts and the Jackets swept the Lightning that year, So, just as far as storylines and for a franchise like this, and with the youth and everything that they've got going on there, I mean, it's lining up. I hope it stays. I hope this is long-term for Columbus, and I do hope they get in the playoffs. And I'd love to see it just for the story. We all like a good story. We like what's going on in Buffalo here, right? This is similar too. I mean, these are, we talk about this too. I talk during the NFL season, just, change it up, mix it up a little bit. It's great to have different teams get in there. And you were talking about it yesterday too. There's no sure bet for a Stanley Cup champion this year. There's some really, really good teams who should be favored to get into the finals and the conference finals. And we know this too as NHL fans, that first round, man, anything can happen. So to think that Bonus now might have these guys in a position, a wild card position here after the winter break, and maybe get these guys in is fantastic. And now they're going to make teams like the Islanders and the other teams in the Metro. They've got to step it up here. They can't take these guys for granted anymore. So it's a great story, and it's great to see it. And that is one of the bums, Mike, of this breakage is the hot streak that and the storyline that is the Columbus Blue Jackets right now.
Jackets are red hot, and look, I don't think the break's great for the Sabres either. They are. I went to look this morning. They are 20 wins, 4 losses, and 2 overtime losses since December the 10th. So 24-2 over a 26-game stretch. Incredible what they've done. They're actually, believe it or not, that stretch, and they're not even in the top 3 in the Atlantic. They're 2 points back of Montreal and Detroit, who are both have 72. Tampa's got 76. I mean, and Boston's got 69. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the 6 best records in the Eastern Conference are in that Atlantic Division. Carolina is the only team in the Metro that, they have 76. They have 76 along with Tampa. The Atlantic's been great. They just have. They've stepped it up, and these other teams, Pittsburgh and the Islanders are obviously right behind them, and they'd be in the playoffs right now if the season ended that way. But it's tough.
And the Rangers and the Leafs are just right now currently just really not an issue, and they just don't seem to be 2 teams. And obviously the Leafs ahead and in a better situation than obviously the Rangers are. But again, you know what, Mike? In the NHL, anything could happen.
I will tell you,
get crazy here after the break.
I feel like when we did this last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, the Rangers were 12 or 13 points back of a playoff spot. They're actually only 7 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how that's possible. They've lost 3 in a row. Oh, it's not 7. I apologize, Paulie. It is 17. It's extended. I did the math wrong in my head very fast, but I do that sometimes. The 7 was Toronto. Toronto's only 7 points back of the playoffs. So they're not out of it with the Leafs. Now, I mean, really, the Rangers are the only team that I would say is completely out and buried.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Devils are at 58, so they're still single digits. They're 9 back of the Islanders. And in the West, Vancouver and St. Louis are, they're finished, especially Vancouver. Vancouver is actually worse than the Rangers, if that's possible. But they are. That's it. Now, some teams could use the break. Some teams couldn't. You get a good slate tonight, though. Islanders in Jersey against the Devils. I gave you this stat yesterday. First time Islanders could sweep both the Rangers and the Devils in a season series. First time in their franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
Penguins are in Buffalo against the Sabres. Hurricanes at the Garden against the Rangers. Senators, Flyers, Preds, Caps. Panthers, Lightning tonight in Tampa. And then Kings, Golden Knights late night in Vegas at the T-Mobile. Those are your last games tonight before the break.
Any reports if Panarin's in the lineup tonight?
I thought I saw Denny tweet late last night or early this morning, and I will, of course, go to our man Dennis Bernstein here, his Twitter feed quickly, and see if if there was any updates on this from there.
The other thing I wanted to get your thoughts on too was the Barry Trotz situation, him stepping down eventually in Nashville.
Yeah, that was a little out of nowhere, right? Especially since he just took the job a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, somewhere around there.
Islanders' favorite. And
it has not worked out well. Barry's deserves to spend some more time with his family. If that's what he so chooses. He could go there. This was Denny last night at 8:30 our time. There is some uncertainty about Panarin making his Kings debut tomorrow night in Vegas. We should get some clarity at some point today from Holland. He didn't tweet about it, and then after that. So I'm not sure. We'll have to see if he plays tonight, Paulie. I didn't see anything whether he's in or not.
Put him in the lineup and have a goalie fight, and everybody will watch tonight.
Well, everybody will.
Let's go, Gary. Get him on a plane to Vegas. Stir it up.
They will get all that. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't know if Hiller said it tonight for this evening, but honestly, I know you're getting 3 weeks off and you want to get, it's probably too much of a rush to get him in tonight, Paulie, to be fair.
Yeah.
I would just, get through tonight and then you come back fresh out of the break. The Kings are one of those teams that do need the break more than anybody else, in my opinion, at this. But I like the Islanders tonight in Jersey against the Devils. No Hughes again tonight for New Jersey. I think the Islanders go into the break on a high note this evening against the Devs.
Yeah, it'd be great. Good for them. Should be a good game. I mean,
the Rangers go in on a good note and beat the Hurricanes at the Garden tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, I haven't even checked either. I don't know if that is that kid going to be in the lineup for us tonight. I mean,
I don't
that'd be
think
maybe
no,
some
they're
tune into.
gonna
I have
they
no
gotta
idea.
season him more. He's not gonna be in the big
Yeah,
club right away. He's got to
bring
go
him up.
spend time at the mall there in Hartford.
Can he do an interview in between periods or something? You know, I
I'm
mean,
sure they'll have put a little Ranger hat on him, send him out to do
what a
all kinds
state
of
of affairs! What a state!
what a state of affairs indeed. I
Hey,
mean,
buddy. I mean, I know with the wrap up of the NHL here for the break. Do you any interest in just? I'd love to get your take on the rosters here, primarily between U.S. and Canada. Here, I mean, this will be. I mean, obviously, we'll be getting into the show. When do they start playing? I know you mentioned it yesterday.
yes.
I
Let
mean,
me
we'll
give
have
you
some time
that.
next week to kind of dive into it a little
In
more. I
fact,
guess.
I believe, and I will double check this for you right now. They start when we're doing the show on Wednesday. The men.
Okay.
So Wednesday the 11th. Let me get that up for you, Paulie. That is the first day of the men's ice hockey games. Finland and Slovakia, 10:40 a.m. East. Italy, Sweden, 3:10 p.m. East. Those are the two games on Wednesday, the 11th. Then on Thursday, there's 4 games. Canada is playing the Czechia at 10:40 a.m., which means that'll be on while we're doing the show next Thursday afternoon there at Borrelli's.
Okay.
And the United States is playing that afternoon in their first game, 3:10 p.m. East against Latvia.
All right. So why don't we then we'll save the roster dive deep for next Wednesday.
For Wednesday, since that, I mean, I don't really need, unless you want, the Finland and the Sweden rosters, they're playing that there.
No,
But
no. I mean, we'll
you're
definitely
more
take a
on
look
the
at Sweden and
you're more on the U.S. versus Canada side of things. Although, be
Finland's
careful.
going to have a good roster too.
Be careful here. Like I was, these teams are going to be. I'm going to give you the up-to-date odds right now. Canada plus 120 to win the gold, men's. This is men's side. United States plus 210. Sweden plus 600, so they're the third favorite, and Finland 11-1 as the fourth favorite.
Okay.
The Czechs are 16-1, Switzerland 30-1, Germany 55-1, Slovakia 65-1, and then you got Latvia, Denmark, Italy, France, who are also competing in the men's ice hockey side of things. And look, a couple of those teams, Paulie, have got, Swiss and Germany. Those are two teams that have
They'll cause trouble.
You look at what they've done. Now, look, we haven't had a true best on best like this at the Olympics in a long time, but you look at what those nations have done in juniors and in other things,
Yep.
either these past couple Olympics that U.S. and Canada didn't send the pros, those teams have made a little bit of noise in these tournaments. So those are the two I'd look out for, because now Germany, I believe, Draisaitl's playing for Germany, right? Is Draisaitl, who's on that German? There's a couple guys on that German roster.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That are Rios. Draisaitl is playing.
And all of this, Mike, again, just, we all know why, but just not having the incredible amount of Russian player talent in the NHL.
Well, yes,
it's obviously it's a crying shame for the most important reasons of all. But as hockey fans, and we get to watch them all year long in the NHL.
Yeah.
To not see them in the Olympics here is it's a shame. It's a shame.
NBA trade deadline is today, as I told you before, and we do have a Knick trade.
Get out,
Paulie. We do have a Knick trade. They have acquired Jose Alvarado from the Pelicans. Looks like the Knicks are sending Dalen Terry 2 second-round picks in cash to Alvarado. I will tell you this. Alvarado, Paulie, he's a good little player. He's a guy, when the Pelicans made the playoffs a couple years ago, he's a guy that he comes in off the bench. He's a good second unit guy, quick little guard, cause you some problems. He can hit some shots. And I believe he is a New York guy. He's from Brooklyn. He went to Christ the King in Middle Village. So a little homecoming for Jose Alvarado as well. That is a nice piece off the bench for the Knicks. Mm-hmm. I was saying to you yesterday, I think they're going to go with the group that got them there in terms of they weren't going to trade Cat. They weren't going to bust up this Cat, Brunson, OG, Bridges, Hart group. But adding something to those guys, that's a big add. Alvarado's a nice little player for the Knicks. That's going to help them.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's helping out their depth, right? It's just helping out, and they've done very well this year on the round as far as everybody kind of contributing, and certain guys actually surprising people, and backing Brunson up here and Cat and so on and so forth and Hart. So I mean, it's good. I think I like where you're coming from as far as keeping the group together. I think as a fan base, I don't know if there's necessarily a cry out for we got to get this, we got to get that. I mean, you could kind of maybe bounce off on that take as well, but I don't feel that necessarily being a buzz amongst the fan base or local New York pundits as far as like, oh, the Knicks really need to improve themselves here.
Look, it's difficult too because they obviously have some really high contract guys, and the NBA is a very difficult league to trade in because you have to match the contracts, you have to do all these things. You can't just dump guys off on people. Expiring contracts are worth gold because they allow you to get back under all these aprons and the cap and things. So, look, they were going to go with these pieces, and I still believe, like I said to you yesterday, if they get bounced in the second round or they get bounced in the Eastern Conference Finals, then I think you could see them make kind of a bigger, splashier move to try to change some things around. But I think that they feel that this group that they have could be good enough to win the East as is, and then adding some secondary pieces like this Alvarado is very helpful to them. So I think that that's a really strong move for the Knicks. Now, look, there's a couple hours of the deadline, and these guys have been moving fast and furious. Who knows if, I would keep him. He's a New York guy, and he's a good player off the bench. You never know what happens here in the next few hours if guys get flipped again, because we've seen, there's been guys ping-ponged all over the place the last 2 days, Paulie, with these trades in the NBA. You had another big one yesterday. Anthony Davis went to the Wizards from the Dallas Mavs. Massive deal that you had there, which actually, I want to give you the whole entire thing, and I have to scroll through a bunch of these trades. Here it is. Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Wizards for Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Branham, Marvin Bagley a third, 2 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks. Now, a lot of that stuff going back to Dallas, Paulie, is a lot of expiring contracts. Middleton's a massive expiring contract. It's going to allow Dallas to really free some things up after this year and then put other pieces around Cooper Flag, which they could do. But obviously, it all goes back to, AD was the main piece they got for Luka Doncic last year.
Crazy.
And they've already now remember, the GM who made the Luka trade, he got chopped and he's gone. So we have new leadership in Dallas. And maybe their thought was, let's just tear down every remnant and just completely start over with this kid Cooper Flag that we have now, which is amazing. So
something else.
AD on the move again, and this time to the Wizards, who now the Wizards traded for 2 guys who never play, but the Wizards have now in the last month traded for AD and Trae Young. So they have 2 really talented players, but they never play, which is just the hardest. They're both made of glass, and that's the difficult thing for Washington. But at least, I guess you could say for the first time in a long time, they're trying.
They need to sell some swag, buddy.
Well, you could sell a lot of Trae Young and Anthony Davis jerseys, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, you also need to
get people in the building
to play as well. Little under the radar deal for anybody who is a big NBA head. Kobe White to the Charlotte Hornets is a really nice under the radar deal. I like the way the Hornets have played the last couple of weeks. Adding him, I think, is a very good piece. You had, Lonzo Ball going to Utah, whatever, with Lonzo. The Warriors traded for Porzingis. Porzingis is washed. Honestly, he is washed. He's another guy who never plays. Kristaps Porzingis. But they were trying to land a big man. They're still trying, Paulie, one more time with Steph and Draymond and trying to win. So they just, let's add. This is like last year. They added Jimmy Butler, an older piece, thinking, let's try to win one more. Got rid of some younger assets. Here we go again. And the Kuminga wanted out of there anyway. But Porzingis is so washed. I'm kind of surprised that he's involved there. But lots of smaller deals. Lakers sent Gabe Vincent to the Hawks for Luke Kennard. Well, that's something. The Bucks have indicated that they are keeping Giannis. Paulie, that came down about 45 minutes ago.
Okay.
And that was kind of the word, because there's going to be more for them to get after the season.
Yeah.
You get around draft time and other more pieces for teams like the Heat and the Knicks to be able to offer. So that was kind of the theory, that the Bucks were going to be able to do that. And we'll see what else happens here over the next couple of hours. But the Knicks were a little active here, getting themselves a player for it.
Great.
And look at that. Little NBA for you, Paulie.
It's good stuff. Hopefully the Knicks will win the championship, and then maybe draft time they'll get Giannis then. You know,
the Knicks' next game is at Detroit tomorrow night. So how about that? The two top teams in the East tomorrow night in Detroit.
Good stuff.
Game right out of the trade deadline. That is really good. Now, here's the one thing for you winter sport fans out there to keep in mind. After next Thursday, so a week from tonight, the NBA will be done for a while. So their All-Star break, Paulie, is like a week and a half long. Like, they give them a really long time off for the All-Star break. So you're going to have like a full week and maybe a day or two with no NBA, no NHL on any night, which is just weird from the aspect of, you're not going to have any of that regular.
Forcing people to watch the luge.
Forces people to watch the luge, forces people to watch college basketball, which isn't a bad thing either.
Oh, yeah. Getting going.
You want to, and I know the Johnnies have got some big games coming up. Johnnies and UConn tomorrow night at the Garden.
That's
huge game.
Yep.
Huge game tomorrow night. Interested to see if St. John's can get that done, because UConn right now, Paulie, they are 22-1, number 3 in the country. And this is, these are what many would say, and I don't think it's bet. They're the two best teams in the Big East, and squaring off for the first time this season. Hurley and UConn always love playing in the Garden. That's a fun one, and that's on Big Fox at 8:00 East.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what time that game is on. 8:00. Okay.
8:00, Big Fox at the
Go
Garden.
Johnnies.
Go Johnnies. Johnnies actually dogs. UConn 1.5-point favorite at the Garden tomorrow night. I'm in, baby.
Yeah, man.
Go.
We're definitely going to dive more into the Johnnies here, and obviously the NCAA tournament is coming up and everything else, and so looking forward to it, man. And but I'd love to see the Johnnies win tomorrow night. Mix it up. Mix
it up, as
put the backs to the wall. Let's go.
I would like to say, mix it up. I did see. This just came across my desk from Super Bowl related stuff, and that was the injury report for the game on Sunday. Now, we haven't really thought about this stuff because it's been so long now since these teams have played. Mm-hmm. Drake May is still listed on the Patriot injury report. He did pick up a shoulder injury. Many believe it was in the Bronco game that he got it, but he did take all the first team reps at practice coming up. So listen, May, we always knew he was going to play. The question was, how banged up was he? But it looks like May is going to be good to go here on Sunday without any issues. Robert Spillane, who's one of the Patriots' best linebackers, he seems to think that he's going to be okay to go.
Mike, how does that work as far as will there be another update Friday, Saturday, or is this report that you're announcing right now? Are the teams responsible to provide an injury list to the league and public before the game starts?
Always on a game week, and even in a game like the Super Bowl, always on a game week, Paulie, you need to put out an injury report on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay.
So if you have a Sunday game, all 3 days you have to put out, and you have to give, usually Friday is when you have to give like an official game designation. So if a guy's kind of iffy, you put him as, if he's not going to play, doubtful or out for the game, or full participant, good to go. That's where they, but on Wednesday that you get some DNPs, did not practice. You are required, and you have to, I don't know if some teams always are, but you have to be honest with the injury report from time to time. And the Seahawks did catch a big, somewhat big injury during their practice, Paulie. Let me just bring up their report. Their rookie edge rusher, Nick Manawari, he apparently hurt himself at practice as well. McDonald really said he's going to be fine, but apparently he got a bit of an ankle problem. Left ankle hurt after practice yesterday. Mike McDonald said we brought him in to look at it. We'll kind of go from here and figure out what the next steps are. That doesn't sound very encouraging.
No.
And he's been a big part of their pass rush here. He's had a great rookie season. So just a couple of things that you can kind of look to. Tomorrow's injury report is really the last one where you get, and listen, this is the Super Bowl. Unless a guy physically can't walk on the field, he's gonna be playing in the game.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of where you're at with this entire thing. So that's where we're at now for it. It's time, baby.
Yeah.
Here, final media for most of these guys too. Drake May all smiles this morning. Vrabel all smiles. All of the work has been put in, and now it's time to finally put the ball in the air.
Yeah.
Get there. Can't wait.
You got your plan set, buddy? You know what you're doing?
Well,
I mean, you don't have to give specifics and whereabouts.
Well,
and
look,
stuff.
no,
Just,
but I mean,
all set?
well, the problem is that now I'm probably in a little bit of a holding pattern because is this with me being at home today? I have a sickness in the house. How long is this lingering?
Yes.
Are we good by tomorrow? Are we good by Saturday? Are we good by, if I'm going to go somewhere Sunday, is that, or am I staying home now? They unfortunately canceled the polar bear splash. We usually go down for that, and that's not happening. So there could be some movement, but as I've gotten older, Paulie, I really have become more of the stay at home and watch the game situation.
It's a natural progression as we get older.
It's like kind of what you were saying earlier. Like when I was young, like you always have like plans. You're going somewhere, whether you're going to a party or you're going to a bar, you're going somewhere, go to Borrelli's, which is a great time. You're going somewhere for the game. But then as the kids get involved, and then I think of it as, and you know me, I need to watch the game. I need to watch the whole game. I need to know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go to a party and I'm bringing the kids, because there are some that, all the kids are running around and they're having a good time. I do that. I got to leave at halftime because I got to get home and get them into bed because I want to watch the game. I don't want to be during the entire third quarter putting everybody to bed. Like I'm just not. And it's a Monday night. There is school the next day. I know we're going to get to a time where there won't be eventually with the NFL, but there is still school the next day. And we got to tuck everybody in and leave me alone while I watch the second half. That's pretty much
different responsibilities for different types of NFL fans. I mean, this is it. I mean, it's as we are younger, we get older and more responsibilities. Yes, the state of where we're going to watch the game and how many adult beverages we're going to have and so on and so forth.
Right. Well, that's part of it too.
All you young kids out there, single guys and gals, and
enjoy
stuff,
it.
Rip it up.
Enjoy it because
come down to Borrelli's. It's gonna be a hell of a
change fast, and I have that has hit me hard the last 5-6 years, and really, I guess, well, it's Olivia now, 9 years, I guess you could say, is where I have started to now shift towards more. It's an at-home thing, but like you said, there's some running around in the afternoon, maybe, and just try to get myself. I was gonna, go stop by there. I wanted to see what's going on at Borrelli's for the weekend with other things. I got to run around and see where numbers and stuff like that for pools and whatnot. So it's a very, very busy time, Paulie, for all of us. All right, tremendous.
Hey, look, any update on the golf tournament this week? Who's leading? How's it looking?
Matthew Fitzpatrick is 7 under through 10.
700.
I have Matthew Fitzpatrick this week at 45-1. Now we have a very long way to go, but it's nice to see Matthew Fitzpatrick out in the lead here. And the one thing we also, as I told you yesterday, we're hoping for a hole-in-one on the 16th hole. The
16th. All right.
Hole number 16. We want to see, hopefully you'll see a clip, Paulie, of everyone throwing their beer cans all over the place and everybody goes nuts when they get a hole-in-one there on that 16th hole. That's what I am.
And what's the distance again? And
I don't know. The distance changes by the day, but it's
okay.
It's a It's a beautiful, like, if the stadium and stuff wasn't there, I mean, it would honestly probably look like you were like playing the par 3 at Bay Park. Like, it's not like there isn't anything like that tough about it, but it's just when you put the enormous stadium seats around the par 3 and everyone's going nuts and everybody's cheering and it's the party hole and everybody's getting hammered, it just adds so much to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Turns an unconventional par 3 into the party hole. And that's why you can just sit here and just watch them go, all these groups go through 16 all day. Especially when I also have over 18 and a half birdies today on 16. So we're also hoping we got a lot of things going on.
Good stuff
with that 16th hole. Paulie, enjoy the game.
You too, man.
Have fun. Everybody have fun at Borrelli. Actually, one more time, everything at Borrelli's, Paulie, before we go.
All right. Once again, we are located at 912 West Beach Street here in the great city of Long Beach at Borrelli's. Borrelli'sTaproom.com is the website. Carnivore night starts tonight, Thursday. $42.99 dinner, and an option for veal chop, pork chop, or steak that comes with a salad and a dessert. So that starts tonight, Carnivore night, and will be every Thursday night here at Borrelli's. Check that out. Live music returns to Borrelli's this weekend as well. Friday, Logan Wally is here at 7 p.m., followed by DJ Millie. No relations to the Vanillis. Saturday, live music with Evan Kariga right here, 7 p.m. DJ Sims to follow him. No cover. Come on down. Great party night here on Fridays and Saturdays. And again, great live music, great local live entertainment here. Super Bowl Sunday, it's here. If you can't get down here live, go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com or give them a call. Get all your great catering that you need, wings, pizza, all kinds of great choices on the menu here. You can call them up for that. If you are coming down, all the fun starts here at 12:30. There'll be live music throughout the day and the afternoon, and DJ with DJ Sims here, and Sean Jacoby and Ryan Scarano also going to be providing live music. And that'll be in between the quarters and halftime and everything else. Full game sound and on all the TVs down here for the game. So make sure you come down here. And last thing, comedy series returns to Borrelli's here on Tuesday, February 17th with Kat Timpf, and Wednesday, February 25th with Pete Royale. And you can get your tickets there at Borrelli'sTaproom.com and or go to Eventbrite and look up Borrelli's Comedy. And there you go, Mike. That's what's happening here on Super Bowl weekend at Borrelli's Taproom.
That is outstanding. And let me tell you, as people know when they watch the show, I never have the headphones in during the show. I have never gotten to hear the awesome Borrelli's music that you play while doing it, because I can only hear the beginning of it. I never hear the music you play during the Borrelli's read. And that's incredible, that tune that we just heard.
It's a catchy tune. It's a catchy tune.
It's a catchy tune, and it just feels like it's something that I would want to hear while I'm in Borrelli's by that pizza oven in the back, watching them slide my vodka pie in there, vodka pepperoni pie right in there, and that's the kind of music that we would hear.
I was just real quick. I was just noticing out the window here. We get all kinds of wonderful people passing Borrelli's, and a guy just walked by in an Eagles cap, and thinking to Tommy there, and so they're still supporting their Eagles.
They're still supporting the team.
Even they're in the office. All good stuff.
Paulie, enjoy
great show, man.
Super Bowl. We are back next week, Wednesday, of course. And that was a final 5-1. Oh, they're up 5-1 in the third period, the U.S. women. So the U.S. women taking care of business. Paulie, enjoy the game. We are back next Wednesday and Thursday, 12 noon East at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy the start of the Winter Olympics. We will see you next week. Carver Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio at Borrelli's. Enjoy the game.